Welcome to Akhand Vidyashram, the first institute of Impeccable Wisdom. Divyank Infinity, the divine example of infinity. My mission, the Impeccable Wisdom, knowing which everything is fully known. My greatest discovery is Divyank, the divine design of nature with which the perfect objects are designed and created. The infinity definition is quite vague and it just go on expanding never ending sequence of things like that. But I do feel if we are talking of mathematics, we should have precise, concise, conclusive mathematical design which cannot be found fault with, or there should be impeccable wisdom in that. From that point of view, I had taken the privilege of creating a new genuine definition of infinity number, and that is never ending sequence of numbers. Number one, the number should not merge, converge, or diverge at any stage. The ratio of the adjoining numbers preceding as well as proceeding should be constant. It should not change. The ratio should be perfect to the last digit. If it is not, then it is not genuine infinity constant or number. But from that particular definition point of view, I do not find any evidence of infinity number brought out by anyone till date. But let's see whether with the help of Divyank, the divine constant, Divyank Ratio, Divyank Sequence, and other deep-rooted concepts, we can find infinity constant which stands scrutiny in these particular lines and finally proves that this is only divine constant of infinity which nature has used to maintain consistency in almost every perfect object of the universe, including the ever-expanding universe. Let's understand examples of infinite numbers. Our mathematicians have thought in terms of explaining infinity in the number game. So one of the first example which has been given so far is take 1, divide by 7, and the mathematicians' calculation based on their formulas which I am not fully aware of. The first value they are given is 0.142857 followed by 1429. It is not 28. And this particular formula goes on because you don't see any pattern emerging in the process which can be called conclusive otherwise. So I do not believe that this could be divine because ratio goes on changing. But while making Vigyan Yantra, Vigyan Chakra, the voice of silence made me divide 1 by 7 and suggested that value should be 0.142857 only, nothing beyond. And same 6 digits can go on repeated. 142857, 142857, 142857, it goes on. And to prove that this is only 6 digits which are important, I was made to make a circle and put 9 points on that and mark 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 and interconnect 1 with 4, 4 with 2, 2 with 8, 8 with 5, 5 with 7 and 7 with 1. And as a result, which figure which appeared was beautiful, to which one ascending triangle, a Shakta triangle was incorporated, which represented 3, 6 and 9. So 6 plus 3 became 9 points. Then I was made to put the Shakti triangle in involution form, exactly the opposite of Shakta triangle, and result became 12 angles. And there was a lot of mysteries in it, and that was the last question which I raised to my soul, voice of silence, and after that I've been following sincerely. But questions were raised and the answer which I gave, but I don't doubt those answers, but only I try to find the answers in the light of modern sciences and conclusive mathematical design. So from there I can say 1 by 7 should be 0.142857 only. That's it. That second example of infinity number, which the world of mathematician has, is a picture I have put very clearly there. It says 3.1415926335 goes on like that. Infinite numbers. And they call it a beautiful example of infinity. I have the same doubt. And according to Akant Sutra, which is my book, it should be only 3.142857. And say 142857 should go on. I have taken it further 22 by 7 but divided by 1/3, which is actually Brahm Ank 22 by 21. There also I maintain the same numbers in limited digits, not these digits by and large are confusing, cannot be applied. So I am trying to bring it down to just minimum number of digits which are conclusive, which are perfect in every way. And fortunately, everything which was declared or revealed by my soul or voice of silence turned out to be perfect. So let's go to the third example. Third example of infinite number invariably given is what? The golden ratio, 5. It is calculated by 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2 is equivalent to 1.618033988749895. This is also an example of infinity numbers which is never ending, but I still feel is irrational, confusing and misleading, is absolutely of no use, and is made with a man-made formula, not with the divine nature. And what divine has done with Divyank is 22 by 21 to the power of 10.34419, equivalent to 1.618034. This is perfect number. Now let's see what emerges thereafter. Fourth example of infinity numbers is given by our great Srinivas Ramanujan, and I'm glad that movie made in his name, The Man Who Knew Infinity. The whole concept was to prove that he, the only person who understood infinity, he had worked out the formula of infinite numbers, and he was given credit for that, even to the extent the Britishers made a movie on him. I'm quite happy that he is recognized that his contribution towards finding infinity, very good. So this formula he has used. I'm not going to question it, nor I am going to say anything in favor or against. It's left to the mathematicians how they look at it in infinite numbers which he has produced. Second thing, he has also talked about Ramanujan's summation. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus other numbers equivalent to minus 1 divided by 12. They say this also gives you infinity numbers, and been well admired by all those mathematicians which are using higher mathematics, trigonometry, algebra, etc., etc. For them, it's a gospel Bible. I'm not a trained mathematician from that angle. I'm a natural mathematician in tune with nature. I understand divine arithmetic which nature has used, and that's what I'm talking through Divyank, the divine constant, Divyank ratio, and sequence. This also I leave it to the mathematicians. I'm not going to stand in judgment of this. But I can only say, even this particular summation, as admitted by him and his contemporary is proven only up to 100 or 200 multiplication summations. Beyond the summation does not work out to be infinite. So let's leave it at that. Now, a new example of infinite number which I have tried to create based on Divyank. As I have told you in the beginning itself, while making Divyank rectangle and saying there are only 10 stages, not 11 stages or 9 stages, I had used a particular methodology of making a square, then one semicircle of 100 into 100, then next one 61.8034, then third one 38.1966, fourth 23.6068, and fifth 14.5898, and that's all gone on But I found 100 as divided by 61.8034 and involution takes place, there are only 10 stages from 100 to 1. After that, it becomes less than 1, and that's why we have to stop short. We could conclude that there are only 10 stages of evolution, you call it, involution, you call it, development, you call it. This is how the nature works. And this was the beautiful design to bring forth this particular sequence. In this particular sequence, which stands out, Divyank constant is only 61.8034 because from 100 is also divided, each number is divided only by that number. So picture is becoming, could be a constant of 618034. Now that was involution from 100 to 1. That had limitations of 10 stages of development to prove it. But when it comes to the expanding outside, the kind of digits where they are talking about it, I created a new sequence starting from 100 and then adding another 61.80% are multiplied by 1.618034 for the expansion, and the C number which created in the process goes on like this. But here again, infinity constant of 61.8034 is maintained. And I do believe all these numbers will never merge, converge, or diverge in any state, and that same sequence with the same ratio would continue. This kind of consistency is not seen in any other ratio as brought out by any other mathematicians of the world. And I'm glad, knowingly, unknowingly, accidentally, or otherwise, with the help of voice of silence, I'm able to bring this out and show the perfect infinity constant or Anant infinity. It is 61.8034. How do you like that? And I'm sure this constant could be used to find other things in the human anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry so that we can understand concepts much better. So, Divyank Ratio, Divyank Constant, Divyank Infinity. Now our picture is becoming clear that almost all the hidden factors in the universe, all the questions which was unanswered, can be answered within that small mathematical design of Divyank itself. I'm sure anyone who understands maths, for them, it could be mind-blowing, maybe very enlightening, maybe very encouraging, maybe something they can build on to produce. Anyway, I'm glad now almost to the bringing from Divyank Ratio to this has come to almost end. Now we are going to take it to the application part to prove the perfect designs of nature is Divyank only. Now, as far as the external world is concerned, cosmos is concerned, universe is concerned, expanding is concerned, would not be my focus hereafter. What I have taken from Vedas, Upanishads to bring from before the creation to during creation to after creation to bring it down to atomic level, to elemental level, to molecule level, to compound level. To now we'll move on to the next one. How, with the help of Divyank Ratio, Divyank Sequence, Divyank Infinity, we can resolve all the outstanding issues of mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, perfect human anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, psychology. Maybe next two will be another enlightening explanations or applications of Divyank with respect to human DNA, number one. And another example which I would definitely like to give in the beginning is how the life started from ocean on one side, and what we have talked about many things, certain creation of human being, and then how exactly information which was there in Upanishads, what it means and what it can do, so that we can now start the creation of the human cells, human body, and then human organs, and move on to that. In other words, I can say human being can be called a bunch of atoms, elements, molecules, compounds, cells, tissues, organs, organ system, and organism. Now, we are moving towards that one by one so that whatever is applicable to us, so that we can be healthy, wealthy, wise, and happy on the whole, can be achieved with the help of Divyank Ratio, Divyank Sequence alone. Now, hereafter, we will move on to that side to bring it. These are the perfect models, the divine designs, and how they are different from what we have been taught from school, college to the university, and why wide range of values are confusing. We'll try to bring one value as we have been doing this so that we don't have to remember too much. Remember this and reproduce perfectly and have a crystal clear, beautiful, healthy, wealthy, wise, happy life. So thank you very much for your kind listening, and I'm quite happy that quite a few people have realized that I'm slowly and steadily unfolding the secrets in a very systematic way. As I made one comment in one of the beginning itself, this is the making of a new Mahagraranth, a sequence from before creation to during creation to after creation to whatever we are at the most advanced stage of evolution, how we have come to this stage, how the perfection can be seen, how we can utilize it for making a precise, concise school, college, and university knowledge so that we have least amount to remember but perfect and no confusion thereafter. And with that, Akhand Vidyashram will proceed to the next stage. So thank you very much for kind listening and encouragement. Thank you.